I know a lot of you already, but I'm here to do an assembly about a really big problem with a really simple solution. And that problem, you probably read, is bullying. Now, I'm going to explain to you just about bullying, like what bullying is. I'm going to talk to you what do you do if you're being bullied, and then also what do you do if you see someone else being bullied. So let's get started. So first of all, what is bullying? Bullying is unwanted aggressive behavior that is usually repetitive, which basically just means bullying is mean behavior that happens again and again. Bullying is used to make a person seem inferior or less important than someone else. Bullies use things like physical power, popularity, or access to embarrassing information to control or harm others. And there are 3 types of bullying. The first type is verbal. Verbal bullying is saying or writing mean things. It includes teasing, name-calling, taunting, or even threatening. Social bullying is hurting someone's reputation or relationship with other kids. It includes leaving someone out on purpose, or telling other kids not to be friends with someone or not to talk to someone. Social bullying is also spreading rumors about someone or embarrassing someone in public. And the last type of bullying is physical bullying. Now, when someone hears the word bully, they think of a big guy that goes around the hallways pushing people over. And that's basically what physical bullying is. Physical bullying is hurting someone's body or possessions. It includes hitting, kicking, punching, pinching, or anything that can hurt someone's body. Pushing or tripping a person is also physical bullying. Or taking or breaking someone's things, or even spitting on a person or their things. Now that you know what bullying is, I also want you to know what bullying is not. Bullying is not an argument. A simple disagreement between people is not bullying. Everybody has their own opinions, and it's just natural for people to disagree. However, if an argument gets out of hand, that can become a bullying situation. Bullying is also not an accident. If a person accidentally bumps into you or takes your stuff without realizing, it's just an accident. A bully purposely wants to harm you. So, when you know it's bullying, what do you do when you are being bullied? So first, I'm going to talk a lot about this, but speak up. Make sure, say something to stop the problem. Some good examples are, hey, that's not very nice, or please don't say or do that. So, if you guys raise your hands, what do you think are some good things to say to stop bullying? Yeah, make sure you tell the teacher. Yeah, that's a really good thing. We learned at karate to say, he said that we can say back away. Now at Western Martial Arts we learned to say back away, I don't want any trouble. And that's a really good thing to say to stop a bully. Yeah, you could say that. And one more.
It's against the law to bully.
Yes, it is against the law to bully. That is a really good point. So, when you're being bullied, also don't be mean back to the bully. If you are being mean back to the bully, then you are the bully, and that won't help anything. It won't help the problem get any better. Then also, one of you guys said it, tell an adult. You should always, if there's a problem, make sure you let an adult know so they can help stop the problem. And when you are being bullied, if the bullying doesn't stop, don't let it go on. Tell the adult again, or tell another adult. Never give in to a bully. You should never give in to a bully, because no one deserves to be bullied. So now, what do you do when you see someone else being bullied? Now, a lot of people, when they see a bullying situation going on and they're just walking by or by, they think, oh, it's none of my business, or I shouldn't be nosy and get involved. But that's the opposite of what you should do. Bullying is everybody's business. Everyone can play a part to stop bullying. Now, when you see someone else being bullied, it is called being a bystander. Bystanders actually have a lot of power to stop bullying. If you're a bystander, first you should recognize the bully situation. Instead of just going in there, think of ways to peacefully stop the problem. Think of things to say. Next, say something. Tell the bully to stop or tell the adult right away. Say something like, hey, how would you like it if someone said or did that to you? Now again, what do you guys think are some things you could say to stop a bully? Anybody? Yeah, leave them alone. That's a really good thing to say.
Don't do that.
Yeah, you could always just say, don't do that. It's not very nice.
I was gonna say that's not very nice.
Yeah, that's not very nice.
Please stop that.
Yeah, please stop that. That's a really good, nice way to stop the problem. Now, if you see someone else being bullied, never join into the bullying. This includes you shouldn't side with the bully, help spread rumors, or be mean back to the bully. And always help the victim. Talk to them and just be a good friend. Sometimes it's all someone needs is a little report, a little support. Now more about bystander power. Bystanders actually have more power than you think. I found this really cool statistic that says, in a bully situation, when a bystander says something, the bullying stops usually within 10 seconds. Now, there's not a lot that can happen in 10 seconds, but you can stop the bully. Now, to stop the bully, again, you can speak up. You can tell nicely, you can tell the bully to stop. Always defend the victim and just help them get them out. And again, tell an adult. Now, I've talked a lot about telling an adult, but who can you tell? Now, in a bully situation, to go for help, you can always tell your mom, your dad, or other family members. You can tell grandparents, aunts, uncles, even your cousins, brothers, sisters. Just tell someone that can help. You can also always tell teachers. I'm sure any teacher in this building would be more than happy to help solve a bullying problem. And you all know Mrs. Lauren, the guidance counselor? It's her job to help sort out bullying problems. So whenever you have a problem, you can go and ask her for help. It's what she loves to do. And also, I think most of you know about peer mediators. Peer mediators are a group of students like myself in the 7th and 8th grade, and it's their job to peacefully help sort out problems. So you can go to Mrs. Lauren and get, I believe, a slip of paper, or you can just tell her about it. And the peer mediator can help you and another person or a few other people solve the problem. So those are some really good people to go to. And also, I know a lot of you do sports or on Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts. You can always tell a coach or a scout leader. So basically, to tell someone, just tell any trusted adult. Now, before you go and tell, you should think whether it would be telling or tattling. Now, I'm sure most of you have heard of being a tattletale, which isn't really a nice name. But if there's a bullying situation going on, make sure you tell someone. However, you first need to think about whether it would be telling or tattling. Now, telling is talking to someone about a bully situation so you can help solve the problem. Tattling is telling someone about a situation that isn't really bullying. In more depth, tattling is telling on someone for something that isn't really their fault. Remember, accidents aren't bullying. So if someone accidentally knocks your stuff over, you shouldn't tell. You should just talk to them about it. Tattling is also telling on someone for something that you can try to solve on your own. Before you go to a teacher, you should always talk to someone about it. Like, confront the person and say, hey, why'd you do that? That wasn't very nice. And just talk it over first. Sometimes you don't even need a teacher. Tattling is also lying. If you exaggerate a story, you aren't telling the whole truth. And if you add in certain parts that aren't really true, then that's lying. Make sure you tell what really happens. Now, on the other hand, telling is saying something to stop a bullying situation. Telling is telling on someone for a problem that you've tried to solve on your own, and if that doesn't work, make sure you go tell a teacher. So after you talk to them about it, and if it doesn't work, make sure you tell a trusted adult. And telling is saying something to be helpful to another person or yourself. It has to be productive. If you go and try to tell someone just to tell, then it's not really telling, it's tattling. Telling is always being helpful. Now, I have 2 videos here, and one is an example of telling, and one is an example of tattling. And I would like you guys to tell me which one's which. So let's start with the first video. In that video. Now, can someone just basically say what happened, like the story? And what clue?
She accidentally knocked the book out of the because she was late for class because of other. When she was telling because she said that she didn't think she did it on purpose. She didn't tell her she actually did it. So she did not tell her.
Yeah. So basically, she said that so a girl accidentally knocked someone's books over, and they even apologized, but the person didn't try to work out the problem, and they went straight to the teacher and said that they didn't apologize and that they lied and said that they called her names. So now by raising your hands, who do you think that was telling? And raise your hand if you think that was tattling. Okay, let's watch the other video and see if you guys change your minds.
To me, please stop calling me that. It's not very nice.
video, like, what went on? Or speak up and so
When she purposely knocked the thing out of her book.
yeah, and what happened after?
And she tried to work it out, but
Yeah. So, and can someone tell me what she told the teacher? And what was that? Okay.
she told the teacher that she the girl had her name and she was telling telling her that she was
Yeah, so basically what happened was the girl purposely went and knocked over someone else's books, and she called her a lot of mean names. And so the victim went and told the teacher, and she told her exactly what happened. Now, we're going to raise your hand if you think video number 2 was telling. And raise your hand if you think video number 2 was tattling. Okay. So, how about you guys clap your hands if you think video number 1 was telling? And for video number 1, clap your hands if you think it was tattling. And video number 2, clap your hands if you think it was telling. And clap your hands if you think video number 2 was tattling. So guys, can we have a drum roll to announce the results? Video number 1 was tattling, and video number 2 was telling. So, in the video that showed the bully situation, there were only 2 people, the bully and the victim. But what would you do if there's a third person there? What would you do if you were there, if you were walking by, or if you were even sitting next to them? So what would you do if you were there? See, if you were there, you could say something to the bully like, hey, that's not very nice, you should stop. Or what do you guys think? What would you say to the bully if you were in that situation? Yeah. Just something you would say to stop the bully. Yeah, stop bullying them. It's mean. Yeah, how would you feel if someone did that to you? And one more person. In that bullying.
Hey, you should stop that and go against the law.
Yeah, just say something like, hey, you should stop that. And now, to explain more on why each video is which. Video number 1 was tattling and not telling because the situation was an accident and the bully even apologized, which shows that she didn't mean to be mean. Video number 1 is also tattling because the victim didn't try to solve the problem before going to the teacher. I'm sure if she went to the person who knocked over her books and said something like, hey, maybe next time you could help me pick those up, I'm sure the problem would have stopped right then, but she just went straight to the teacher. And video number 1 is also tattling and not telling because the victim lied about certain parts of the story. She added stuff in and exaggerated on parts, so the story wasn't really true. Now, video number 2 is telling because the bully was purposely mean to the victim. They did it on purpose. It's also telling because the victim tried to solve the problem peacefully on her own, and when she couldn't solve it, she went to an adult for help. Now, video number 2 is also telling because the victim told the truth when she told the teacher. She didn't lie or exaggerate about any part of the story. She just stuck to the facts, because telling the truth is the best thing you can do in any situation. Now, how else can you stop bullying as individuals? Now, bullying is a big problem with a really easy solution. So if you are being bullied, stand up for yourself. Don't let anyone pick on you or put you down. Tell a trusted adult about the situation so it can be stopped. And if you see someone else being bullied, tell the bully to stop. By standing up to the bully, you will help the target and get the bullying to stop. But if the bullying doesn't stop, again, make sure you tell an adult. So, what else can you do? Something even easier. Next time you see a person who is all alone or being left out, invite them to be with you. You always have room for another person, like to sit at your lunch table, or you can always fit in another person in the game. Just make an effort to include everyone. To stop bullying, if you see a new kid at school, say hi. Just help them find their way around and be a good friend to them. Now, it's really scary to go to school, and that's when a lot of bullying takes place. But if you're friendly to the new person and you help them around, you will have a new friend, and then they won't get bullied. And to stop bullying, never, ever, ever be mean back to a bully. By being mean, you are now being the bully. You should be a friend to everyone. Now, have you guys ever heard you can't fight fire with fire?
Yes.
Well, basically, it means that if there's a really big fire, you can't put it out by adding more fire. And so if there's a big problem, you can't stop the problem by adding to the problem. So when there's a bullying situation, you can't stop bullying by making more bullying. You can't stop a bully by being bullied. So to summarize what we've learned today, basically there are 3 types of bullying: verbal, social, and physical. Bullying is not an accident or a simple argument. And when you are being bullied or you see someone else being bullied, speak up, tell an adult, and never ever let the bullying continue. Bystanders have the most power to stop a bullying situation. And if you guys are bystanders, again, speak up, tell an adult, and help the victim. And you should always tell. If you think it's tattling, don't tattle. And that's the end.